All right, today we are going to be tackling something that is not going to win any exciting awards, but it might have your bank account doing backflips. That's right, we are going to be tackling about the oh so boring but incredibly lucrative remote jobs that companies are always hiring for. So grab your coffee and put on those noise-canceling headphones, and let's dive into these gold mines of remote work opportunities, and trust me, your bank account will thank me later. Number 1, remote accountant, virtual bookkeeper. Remote accountants handle financial records, ledgers, and bookkeeping for companies big and small. This means balancing books, preparing financial reports, and managing accounts payable, receivable. Often the same task every month, every quarter, and year. It's number and spreadsheets all day long, which some might find monotonous. The work may be dry, but accuracy is critical. In return, certified accountants can earn excellent salaries. Whose hiring and salary range? Companies worldwide need accountants, from startup to global firms. Many finance departments are now fully distributed. You'll find remote accounting jobs at specialized firms like accountingdepartment.com or big companies' finance teams. For example, a recent job listing for a senior bookkeeper staff accountant, remote, offered around $50,000 to $75,000 USD. And there are thousands of openings on LinkedIn and job boards right now. If you have a head for numbers and certification, CPA, ACCA, etc., this boring job could be reliable pay, $60,000, $70,000 to $80,000 a year, global opportunities. Number 2, compliance analyst, regulatory compliance. Compliance analysts are the corporate watchdogs. They ensure a company follows all the rules, regulations, and internal policies. In practice, this means reviewing documents, checklists, and procedures for hours on end to make sure everything is in line with laws or standards. It's detail-oriented procedural work. Think of it as being the hall monitor for businesses, but instead of just hall passes, it's ensuring forms and processes comply with the government or industry regulations. Whose hiring and salaries range? Banks, insurance companies, hospitals, and even tech firms are always hiring remote compliance analysts to keep them on the straight and narrow. You'll see titles like Risk and Compliance Analyst, Regulatory Compliance Officer, or AML/KYC Analyst. Global companies like Deloitte, PwC, or Citi hires in this space, as do nonprofits and government contractors. Current job listings show ranges from $60,000 to $80,000 for mid-level compliance analysts, with senior roles well into the six figures. Boring? Perhaps, but if you can methodically follow the rules, you can cash in on this low-drama, high-demand work-from-home career. Number 3, remote paralegal or legal assistant. Paralegals and legal assistants perform the behind-the-scene grunt work in law, drafting and proofreading contracts, preparing case files, reviewing discovery documents, and researching regulations or past cases. It's a lot of reading, editing, and organizing legal paperwork. In a remote setting, you might spend your day in a document database or Word files, ensuring every I is dotted and T is crossed for the lawyers you support. Whose hiring and salary range? Law firms, corporate legal department, and legal service companies all hire remote paralegals. In 2025, even traditionally in-off law firms have embraced remote work for support staff. You'll see remote companies like Carrington Holdings, Robert Half Legal Division, and many fully remote law firms posting these jobs. Globally, there's demand for virtual legal assistants, especially in contract law and compliance. Expect salaries roughly around $60,000 to $90,000 for experienced paralegals in the U.S. and equivalent elsewhere, adjusted for cost of living. It's a fantastic option if you have legal know-how but prefer to work quietly in the background with a healthy paycheck for your position. Number 4, insurance claims adjuster. Ever been in a fender bender and filed an insurance claim? A claim adjuster is the person who evaluates insurance claims for auto accident, property damage, health treatments, and etc. They review the details, maybe talk to the claimant by phone, analyze photos or estimates, and then determine how much the insurance company should pay out. In a remote role, most adjusters work via specialized software and phone and email, handling a steady crew of claim files. Each case follows a formula. Verify coverage, investigate facts, apply policy rules, and process the payment or denial. Rinse and repeat. Who's hiring and salary range? Major insurance companies, Allstate, Gecko, Progressive, State Farm, etc., have shifted many adjuster roles to remote. Third-party claims administration firms also hire remote adjusters. There are roles like property claims adjuster, bodily injury adjuster, claims examiner, and more. Some postings seek entry-level folks with pay starting around $50,000, but many are mid-career roles paying $60,000 to $85,000. For instance, Allstate recently listed a catastrophe claims adjuster role at $59,000 to $105,000 per year, depending on experience. And specialized independent adjusters can earn day rates that translate to well over $100,000 if working full-time. If you have an eye for detailed empathy for claimants and don't mind a bit of monotony, this field can reward you handsomely. Number 5, mortgage loan underwriter. What they do? Mortgage underwriters are folks who decide if you qualify for that home loan. In a nutshell, they review loan applications, analyzing financial documents, credit reports, appraisals, and income statements to assess risk and determine if the bank should approve the loan. It's a systematic process of checking boxes. Does the borrower meet all the criteria? Are all the documents in order? Underwriters spend their days in loan origination software, combining through the same types of files over and over. In a remote setting, you'll be securely logged into a bank system, making yes, no decisions with plenty of maybe if they provide another document in between. Who's hiring in salary range? Banks, mortgage lenders, and credit unions globally are hiring remote underwriters. Companies like Wells Fargo, JP Morgan Chase, Better.com, and Loan Depot frequently list these roles. Also, outsourcing services that provide underwriting for multiple lenders will hire remote staff anywhere. We saw postings such as VA Mortgage Underwriter at AM West, funding for $90,000 to $100,000 a year. And another government mortgage underwriter and wholesale lending advertised at $100,000 to $130,000. Entry-level underwriters or underwriter assistants may start around $55,000 to $60,000, but with a couple of years of experience and certification breaking the $80,000 mark is common. If you have a finance background and can learn the loan rulebook, this path offers a high salary for steady, formulaic work. Number 6, technical writer. Technical writers create instruction manuals, how-to guides, documentation, and FAQs, essentially translating complex technical information into clear, simple language. If you've ever read software documentation or user manual and almost fell asleep, you can thank a technical writer. In a remote role, you might be embedded with software or engineering team, churning out documentation for new features or updating old guides. The work is language heavy and process driven. Gather info from engineers, write it up in a standard format. edit, proofread, rinse, and repeat. Many tech writers follow templates and style guides religiously, so each day's work feels similar to the last. Who's hiring in the salary range? Tech companies, SaaS platforms, engineering firms, and even government agencies all hire remote technical writers. You'll find openings at big names like Microsoft, Google, and IBM, as well as smaller startups that need their product docs written. Many fully remote software companies and open source crypto, etc., also constantly seek documentation gurus. Current worldwide listings include roles paying roughly around $70,000 to $110,000 per year, depending on experience and domain. For example, one crypto tech company advertised a remote technical writer role at $85,000 to $110,000 worldwide. If you have a knack for clarity, strong writing skills, and don't mind repetitive editing, tech writing can be a low-stress goldmine. Number 7, software QA tester quality assurance. QA testers, also called QA engineers or analysts, are responsible for testing software for bugs and issues before it reaches the users. In practice, this involves running test cases, clicking through app features in prescribed ways, writing bug reports, and retesting fixes. This job often means executing the same set of tests on each new software built. Remote QA testers might spend the morning going through a checklist, test login with valid credentials, pass. Test login with invalid password, pass. In the afternoon, documentation any failures or glitches. It's systematic and can feel like repeatedly playing the same level of a game to find flaws. Some QA roles also involve writing automated scripts, still repetitive, but VI codes. Who's hiring and salary range? Any company that writes software need QAs. That means tech giants, mid-sized firm, startups, they all hire remote QA testers now. You will see roles like QA engineer, manual testers, QA analyst, automation engineer on job boards. Companies like Apple, Amazon, Automatic, WordPress have remote QA teams, and there's also outsourced QA firms are always hiring. Salaries typically range from $60,000 junior level to $100,000 to senior specialized QAs. We found a senior QA tester listing at a game development company offering $75,000 to $105,000 worldwide remote. So whether it's testing a fintech app or the next indie game, QA can quietly earn you a great living online. Number 8, database administrator DBA. DBAs are the custodian of companies' data. They install, configure, and maintain databases like SQL servers, Oracle, MySQL, and etc. Ensure data is backed up, tune performance, and apply routine updates. Day to day, a remote DBA might be monitoring database health metrics, running maintenance and scripts, and responding to the same type of alerts. Disk space 80% full-time to clean up. Many DBA tasks are scheduled daily backup and weekly index optimization, etc. So the role involves a repeated maintenance cycle. You'll also document procedures and maybe assist developer with queries. Again, often answering the same kind of questions or issues repeatedly. It's highly systematic work that might call a tad monotonous. Who's hiring and salary range? Tech firms, bank, healthcare organizations. Essentially, any data-driven company hire remote DBAs. With secure VPNs and cloud databases, this role has gone fully remote in many places. You'll find job titles like SQL Database Administrator, NoSQL DBA, cloud database engineer, etc., posted by companies like Amazon, AWS, IBM, Oracle, MongoDB Incorporated, and countless others. Many smaller businesses also hire part-time or contract DBAs remotely. The pay scale is impressive. We spotted listings such as manager of database administration at fintech company offering $110,000 to $160,000 remotely, and another for a database administrator in healthcare at $117,000 to $144,000. Even mid-level DBA roles were commonly in the $100,000 to $120,000 range. If you love working with data and don't mind routine maintenance tasks, this career can be a goldmine for remote work. You'll be the steady hand guarding the data, well out of spotlights and well compensated. Number 9, HR Benefit Specialist, Remote HR Administrator. A benefit specialist is an HR professional who administrates employee benefit programs. Think of health insurance enrollment, 401k, or pension plans, paid leave tracking, etc. In this role, you are dealing with forms, spreadsheets, and policy documents more than with people directly. A typical day might be including processing a batch of new hire benefit enrollments, answering a few emails about coverage, updating the HR system and any changes, and coordinating with insurance providers. It's largely paperwork and data entry with a seasonal rhythm. Open enrollment period can be busy, other times are routine. In a remote capacity, all of this is done via online HR portals and emails. No need to be in office to shuffle paper anymore. Who's hiring and salary range? Large companies, benefit consulting firms, and outsourced HR providers all hire remote benefit specialists. For example, major employers like NPR Media, OneSource Virtual HR Outsourcing, and insurance companies had listed these roles for remote work. Globally, any company with a distributed workforce needs someone managing benefits in each region, a growth area as companies hire internationally. Current job posts in the U.S. shows range like 60,000 to 75,000 for benefit specialists, with some senior roles hitting six-figure, especially if combined with compensation analysis. We saw a remote leave and benefit specialist role advertised about $83,000 a year in California. If you have an HR background and enjoy dotting I's and crossing T's on forms, you can build a comfortable remote career ensuring everyone gets their PTO and health insurance sorted, all while earning a nice salary. Number 10, medical coder. Medical coder translate healthcare services into standardized codes for billing and insurance purposes. When a patient visits a doctor or has procedures, the coder looks at the medical records and assigns CPT, ICD-10 or other billing code to every diagnosis and treatment. It's like data entry meets medical terminology. Remote medical coders access electronic health records from home and input the codes into billing software. The work is highly repetitive. Read report, find correct, code enter, repeat for the next patient. It requires a great attention to detail and knowledge of coding rules. But each day's workflow and volume are very predictable. Who's hiring and salary range? Hospital clinics and medical billing companies across the world hire remote coders. In the U.S. organizations like United Health Group, Anthem, Humana, and numerous hospital systems have remote coding teams. There are also specialized firms like the Coding Network, Himagine Solution, etc. that contract out remote coders. Pay typically starts around $50,000 for entry-level certified coder and goes up from there. We found postings such as remote cardiology medical coder offering $30 to $36 per hour, which annualize around $62,000 to $75,000, and a remote OBGYN surgical coder contract role at $35 to $45 per hour. That means a full-time equivalent of $72,000 to $94,000 in full-time hours. Not too shabby for a job that you can do from your home office with a cup of tea and your dog at your feet. If you have a medical background or have taken coding courses, this is a prime, boring but well-paid niche to consider. So there you have it, 10 jobs that may not get your creative juices flowing, but will certainly juice up your paycheck. These roles prove that sometimes taking the boring route can lead to a stable, stress-minimal career with an excellent pay. All of them are in demand globally in 2025, meaning you can land these gigs whether you are in New York or anywhere worldwide. If you are an introvert or just someone who prefers a steady routine, these jobs could be your ticket to remote work bliss. And if you found this rundown helpful, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and ring the notification bell for more deep dives into the remote world. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, be freelantastic.